Welcome back, terrestrials, to another episode of We Made Rob Zombie Cry. In this episode, we're talking about the infamous Black Snake Moan. Now, we saw this on Pluto TV. I think that's where it's streaming for free right now.
I got DVD.
Oh, excuse me.
No.
Some of us just streamed it on Pluto. 2006, Samuel L. Jackson, Christina Ricci. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's
Justin
really good
Timberlake.
movie. Justin Timberlake, JT.
Bringing sexy back.
Yeah, he brought it back. Nah, Christina brought it back. But yeah, it's it's a movie. So
It is.
anyways,
It is a movie.
Thanks for watching. And
All right.
So let's kick it off.
What did you like about the movie? What about this movie? Like, do you like about it?
So there's actually a lot of aspects about this movie that I like.
Okay.
There are, outside of the characters, like obviously we've got RL or not RL, Lazarus,
I was
played
about
by
to say
Sam
Stein.
Jackson. No,
RL Stein's in the movie.
RL is the preacher. Lazarus, played by Samuel L. Jackson, obviously he does a great job. Christina Ricci does a great job.
Yeah.
Even Justin Timberlake, for what he is in the movie, he does a good job at it.
Yeah, he portrays that character really well.
Yeah.
I know that guy. Like, I've seen that guy at Fastmark.
Yeah, for sure. Especially around here. But the thing that I really like about this movie is not all the characters are human. One of the main characters of this movie is that chain.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like,
the ghost,
the reptilian people in this movie that are all over. Like, what the fuck?
R.L. Herbert was right, or whatever that guy's name is. No, but like the chain is its own character. The music is its own character. The settings are their own character. This movie feels very raw to me. And I really, really like that about this movie.
It's dirty South.
Yeah, it's just hot, grimy, old backwoods South. And that sucks because there's a lot of racism and shit, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of characters in this movie that aren't, like I said, human, and I appreciate that. And we can get into that more later. But what did you really like about this movie? Or
the music. So what didn't you like about? No, it's a movie about, I mean, it's literally a musical. This can be considered a musical.
Okay. It's not, but okay.
What's the definition of a musical?
Nobody's singing what's happening.
He sings about it all the time. It's just the blues, so it sounds
just
weird.
It's two songs. He sings at the house and then he sings in the club. That's it.
Oh, he sings twice.
That would be like Christina Ricci, like skipping down the road, like, I'm gonna get raped by my boyfriend's best friend. Like, that's a musical. Like this is just a movie with music in it.
Add music in there. That moves the plot. When he decides to do the chain thing, he's singing a song with the acoustic guitar. Then he plays the first song that he sings is after his wife leaves, right?
The first song he sings,
that's The Bird Without a Feather. He's playing his wife leaves and he's sitting there and he's depressed and stuff, and he picks up the guitar and he sings Bird Without a Feather.
Okay.
Then the next song is The Catfish, where he decides to get the chain.
So let me ask you this. Is that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he proposes to the waitress after the play, is that a musical episode?
Of course, it's a musical play.
God damn it. No, it's not a musical.
I'm here.
It's not here. Let's revert to
Wikipedia. What is a musical?
Yeah, I guess so.
Theory.
I guess that's
what is a musical?
What category does this movie fall under?
No, it probably falls under drama, but I see it as a very okay, like yes, comedy. Okay, being fucking comedy.
no,
what the fuck?
Joking. I was just joking. I figured if I kept a straight face and looked at the screen long enough,
it's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's definitely
no. Okay, yeah, all right. Jokes aside, yes. I the music moves the story along like a musical.
Okay, there we go.
It's not exactly a traditional musical like Rocky
Sweeney
Horror
Todd or something. Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say Speed. Like
nobody in this episode knows what a musical is.
Yeah, you're like they're really like Speed. Oh my god, that's the funniest shit. Fucking like I want to go now to like someplace on Reddit where it's like list your favorite musicals and be like Speed.
yeah, that would be a good one.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
That one's got a boat.
Yeah, but so anyway, like a musical, the musical plot really moves the story along. Like, okay, is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou a musical? Not really, kinda. You know, this is the same thing. Not really, kinda.
Right.
You know, but the music is where it's at. Man, you watch this movie and you start talking with an accent.
Yeah.
You're in like Minnesota, sitting there talking about the heat. You know?
Yeah.
This heat out here killing me and shit. You know.
Yeah, this movie definitely makes you. It gives you a feeling.
Yeah.
I think that it's true enough to the type of. I think it's true enough to its setting that it makes you feel like you're there. It makes you start talking with an accent. It makes you hot. It makes you dirty. It makes you grimy.
Craving soul food.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's a really well-made movie for it to be able to do that. Because I've seen a lot of movies filmed in the South and stuff, and it's just like Baby Town Babysitter's Club.
Yeah, throw the yellow filter up. And
yeah, exactly. That's exactly one of your comments for that movie was like, why is this movie so golden yellow?
Fucking yellow. Yeah. That's
that's
that's just what they do. But this has that, oh, we can make it just sound and taste like the South.
Right.
And, you know, not without like, you know, like modern South, you know, not the like, you know, the middle of nowhere where they got bare feet and
as modern as the South gets, because let's be honest, the South is still in like 1996.
Yeah,
like when they find out what happened to Kurt Cobain, they're gonna be really bummed.
Yeah,
like that's how the South kind of is. So like, you know,
I'm glad he did it. The damn old, not even. I'm still into Warrant and Winger and
that long-haired hippie
Bret Michaels.
I just imagine the Squidbillies.
Yeah.
When I think of the South, I'm just like, the Squidbillies.
You telling me this thing ain't gonna give me my tire?
This review has gone off rails so fast.
See, that's the problem. Is that
musical?
Yeah, the like when we watch something we've never seen, our focus is there. We've seen this a million times. It's been out for years.
Yeah.
So we can giggle. So all right. Moving on. Okay. Music is great. Acting great.
Yeah, we'll
character
get
portrayal,
further into those better.
great.
Yes.
What didn't you like about a movie?
I mean, there's not a lot that I don't like about this movie. Um the only thing that like really takes me out of the movie is just how shitty JT's friend is. And I like that guy, that actor, um the friend of JT that like, tries to bang Christina Ricci or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I like that guy. I like that guy a lot. He was the serial killer in the first season of True Blood. He was on a TV show called Terriers with the dad from Grounded for Life, where they played detectives. I like that actor. I just did not like his character in this movie.
No, it would be a
He,
villain. I would be a
yeah,
villain.
yeah, but like it's just so disgusting that I'm just like I can't, because on top of him like doing that to her, then he turns around and like when JT comes back because he throws up or whatever in the army, he went to
Yeah.
the but I was gonna make a reference to Arrested Development, but anyways, I'm going to army, mom. But then he comes back and he's like, how you think I know where everything in your house is? And blah blah blah. I've been fucking her for years. Like I was just like, dude, like why
Yep.
be that piece of shit too? Like you're already a piece of shit. Just I guess you're just being as shitty as a shit human being can be. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
and it yeah. But anyways,
It's like
that's the
that's
guy
just
that took
yeah,
me out of
that's
the
what
movie.
the script wanted him to be. So,
Yeah, yeah.
he's just boo that
Yeah, I mean,
guy.
he did a good job at that. So
Yeah.
I mean, but
That guy.
what 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 didn't you like?
The one thing that I really don't like about this movie,
Okay.
and it's fucking niche. It is
Mhm.
so like really,
You didn't like the Sam Jackson wore khakis.
and no, everything about the movie is fine. It's that I will forget about this movie
Mhm.
like in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like you know, I watched it
Mhm.
like when it first came out. I watched it a
Mhm.
lot, and I really enjoyed it. And then
Mhm.
fucking, I didn't watch it again for years until we were like, "Hey, you want to watch Black Snake Moan?" Yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had no interest in all of that time until you mentioned watch Black Snake Moan to wanting to watch Black Snake Moan. And there's a bunch of movies out there where like I watched a bunch and I keep watching, but this is not one of those movies for some reason.
I totally feel you on that.
Yeah.
The only difference is when we decided to do this, I was like, I don't need to watch this movie because I remember it shot for shot.
Yeah.
Like I remembered every single detail of this movie, like in perfect order.
Yeah.
I remember the lines. The only thing I couldn't remember was the lyrics to the songs that Sam Jackson sang. But outside of that, I knew when the songs were coming. I knew
Mm-hmm.
what the scenes were in between them,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that I didn't remember, but I totally understand because I have not watched this since way back,
Yeah. And I don't
probably
know
like
what it is.
2010 or something.
It's a good movie,
It is
you
a
know,
good movie,
but for
but it's
some
also
reason,
hard. It's also kind of a harsh movie. It's kind of like American History X. You don't just throw it
no, it's
all the
nothing like
time.
American
Well, no,
history.
no, I'm saying it deals with like a tougher a tougher subject.
Yes,
Like
there's
we're dealing with like the the physical abuse, the rape, the child molestation, um, and then we're dealing with like Jesus, and nobody wants to do that. So like there's all these topics that are a little bit heavier. So it's kind of like that in the
yeah.
same sense of like you don't just throw it on because you're wanting to enjoy a movie. This movie draws feelings out of you and it's a little bit exhausting. So
Yeah.
you don't just like I love this movie. I'm gonna turn it on. Like it's kind of one of those movies where you have to like all right, I'm gonna
Do I
watch
want to
this.
watch
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah.
But like the subject matter of the movie is fine, and like obviously it's intense and heavy, but it's not like Requiem for a Dream intense and
Right, right.
heavy. But yet, what makes me stop on Requiem but not stop on this? But even though it's because he plays the songs. Well, the songs are good in it. I mean, I just kind of cover my eyes during the rape.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's just kind of forgettable. Not the scenes and not the acting and not anything like that. Forgettable. It's just I kind of swallow it whole, shit it out, and then I forget about it completely.
Mhm.
And I watched it because I wanted to at least, familiarize. Yeah, I remember, like you were saying, you can remember everything about the scene for scene.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I wanted to at least, and then I was like, wow, this is really great.
Yeah.
And then I just turned it off. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
wow, that was great.
Mhm.
And
I
I was
think
like,
I did turn on a comedy after this, though. I think I was like, "All right, I'm gonna watch something funny,"
but it
because
was just, it's just like,
they
like,
don't heavy hand those subjects in the movie very, like they don't shove it in your face. They
mhm,
like the flashbacks with the lighter, and then she's in the store going, "You know what he did to me, daddy?"
yeah.
Or like, those little things, like, but they don't, like, heavy-handed. So it's a little bit more palatable, it's a little bit more easy to take,
Hmm.
but, I mean, it's still there, and it's
Yeah.
still, it's still a heavy subject, so,
Yeah. It
uh
just feels like there's something missing in this movie that sticks to your ribs. There are movies out there, like I said, there are movies out there that I've done the same thing for, but I'll still go back and watch them. But this is
yeah,
just this has no rib stick, like,
yeah.
like thick potatoes.
Well, that's
So,
because JT wasn't singing and dancing.
oh man,
See, the
bringing
way this
sexy back.
movie should have gone was he should have been, like, staring all
It
creepily
shouldn't have
through
been
the
Christina Ricci. It should have been JT
that would have made such a weird movie.
wearing the
Um,
exact same thing that Christina Ricci's wearing, too.
that would have
Oh
made
my
such a
God.
weird movie. But, like, at the
Then
scene where he's, like, looking in the club window, he
yeah.
should have came in and sang with him, and then would have been like, "Ooh, I'm JT," and,
No,
whatever, and then, like, the movie would have been
God, I want to win the lottery. I wish I won that $1 billion lottery just so I could remake Black Snake Moan with fucking reverse role. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson sitting there yelling at him, chained up.
Yeah, and he's, like, bathing him in the bath, like, giving him a
Yeah,
bath and shit.
call it Black Snake Moan 2.
"This little light of
Elect-
mine."
Electric Boogaloo,
It's
I'm going to
so
hell.
weird. But, I
Um,
mean,
all right.
so we've discussed that. Um, I've touched on, like, the fact that the chain is its own character, the music is its own character, the settings are its own characters.
Yeah.
And it's not too often when you get a movie that has those types of things in it. Like the chain is so representative of so many different things.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different ways to look at it, because, like, first of all, it's this powerful presence in the movie, and it's a dominant character in the movie, but it's also like this woman, for traumatic reasons, likes to have sex, and this is basically society saying, no, you can't do that, so we're going to chain you up and keep you from being able to do that, because that's not what a woman does. um
Okay.
because Samuel Jackson plays, like, the voice of, like, the God-fearing person that goes, no, you ain't gonna run out here and be no hoe. Like, we're gonna keep you right here until you stop being a hoe. We're gonna, make it a point that you don't act like that. You don't have that freedom to go do what you want.
Right.
Um,
No,
so, like,
Jacob, she has a demon inside of her. This
Right.
is a psychological move.
Yeah, and Speed's a fucking musical.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of how I see the chain. And
It's a force
also,
of stop. It's a grounding. That is what
yeah,
is happening. Not you're grounded to your room, but just you're flying too high, Archimedes. You need to be grounded.
right.
You need to slow down. You need and that's what he sees in her.
Mm-hmm.
He sees she's got that wickedness, but
Yeah.
she's needs, I can show her the way to the path, the light and glory of Jesus Christ, shit like
But
that.
then also he learns throughout the movie in his own way, and that's why at the end of the movie, that scene in the roadhouse is so awesome, is because he's like, look, there ain't no sense in trying to change us. We ain't gonna change.
No.
So let's just go have some fun. And she doesn't go back to blowing whoever's dicks out, but she does get like a little hoey in the dancing, and he's out there.
That's a release.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but it's also that pent up because she's been like chained up.
Yeah.
So, but she releases it in I guess, depending on how you look at it, in a more appropriate way.
Yeah.
But he gets his release as well, and he kind of starts to see like, life without her ain't gonna be so
No.
bad.
He's had a metaphorical chain of marriage that ruined his ass. And she has a physical chain that helped her. That
I
is the story.
this is such a shitty review of this movie.
No, it
I
isn't.
do. I absolutely love that after he got done talking to his ex-wife, he just came home, got the tractor, drove over rose bushes. That shit, I was like, I didn't remember that. And like as soon as I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I forgot about that. Like I was laughing at that. I thought it was hilarious.
No, because he had to destroy, like get that shit out. I'm not
Yeah.
taking care of those rose bushes anymore. It's probably the hardest thing. He's got fields of bean and corn and things that grow real easy. And roses are really hard to maintain and take care of and this and that. And he probably had to spend like hours. Look at, I grew you roses. I grew you roses,
Yeah, because at
and
that point she's been gone for some time.
yeah.
So he's been maintaining that and taking care of that.
At
And
that
then
point,
finally he
he
was like, you
gave
know
a
what?
fuck.
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
And just mowed it down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So good on him,
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Do you want to do the Trinity? Quadruple, quintrility?
Yeah.
Or you got anything else you want to talk
Well,
about this
just
movie?
one thing, like Justin Timberlake's actually a decent actor.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I mean, all that stuff on Saturday Night Live is genius.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie In Time?
No.
Okay. He did a sci-fi movie.
Oh, that one where they have to spend time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they only
That
have a
was
certain
actually
amount of time.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty damn good movie.
Okay.
All right.
What?
Anyways, Thrill 2 stars. All right, see you later.
Yeah. No. Fucking Thriller Kill.
Would I see it in theaters?
No, would you see it would you see it in theaters?
We take one little break and we don't even know what's going on
Yeah,
anymore.
I know.
Would I see it in theaters? Yeah, if it would have come to theaters, I would have seen it in theaters. The music alone makes it worth seeing it in theaters, because
Yeah.
you're never going to see Sam Jackson do the music. You know what I mean? So like, this is your only opportunity to do it. So yeah, I would go see it.
Yeah, I think I would too. I
Plus,
think
Christina Ricci's boobs being that big on the screen. Jesus.
See, I can't even, because I know that she had a horrible like experience on that and stuff. So it's just like, I don't want to see her boobs.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, yeah,
you know,
the clothing thing really just bummed me out.
yeah, I
And
just
it was just so unnecessary too. Like the amount, like the length of time that she wore that outfit in that movie was ridiculous.
yeah,
Like, supposing this was a situation that happened to you, and supposing you were going to get the demon out of somebody, the first thing that you should do is give them some fucking clothes.
some
Because
pants at
you,
least. You want some
yeah,
pants?
like,
Here's some sweatpants.
why would you keep somebody chained up for an extra 2 days in underwear and a barely half a shirt? Like, if you're trying to say, I'm not going to hurt you, I'm trying to help you, then help her find some clothes. Like, that would be number one. Like, give her one of your big ass t-shirts
Yeah.
or something. Like, don't just make her continue to be in that. So anyways,
Yeah, I guess it's her exposed. Like
yeah.
her life is exposed now. You know that she can no longer cover up, cheating and her drug use and her wild ways. So everything is exposed, you
Yeah.
know. But that's just the philosophizer in my talking. All right, so
So
theater. Uh,
thriller kill.
I'm gonna go thrill. I'll go
Yes.
thrill. Yeah, it was
Yeah. I
enjoyable.
mean, it's a really good movie.
Yeah, cult.
I I feel like it might be one now. But
I
if it's not, then no. Because
I
this is one
don't
of those
know. Yeah,
movies that, like, you don't see you don't see publicized, you don't see like a lot of conversation on it. But if you go up to somebody and be like, have you seen it? And if they have, they go, yeah, I like that movie.
yeah,
So like I feel like it has a cult status already.
no.
It might not.
I think the whole world is in the same idea that I had, where it's like, I like that movie, but I haven't watched it in years and I
Right.
really don't care about watching it,
Yeah.
and it's nothing about the, subject matter, but it's just some, like I said, there's nothing that like kind of stuck that was like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of, original and unique ideas in the movie, but there's
Hmm.
just nothing there to kind of that like sucks you in and like develops that like, yeah, every, Flag Day. Every year for Flag Day, we put on Black Snake Moan and we fucking order Burger King and we only get the Impossible Burger. It's like what? Um, but yeah, like I would like to see this movie have more of a cult status, a cult
Hmm.
classic status.
Yeah.
But I think if it's not now, it's just not going to be. It's going to be
Yeah.
kind of like forgotten, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, yeah, I would say that it's either cult or it is in fact forgotten by now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then what do you got for the next thing that we do?
The next would be stars.
Stars.
So
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, how many stars?
You know, I'm gonna go 3.5 because this movie isn't amazing, but it's definitely not run of the mill.
Yeah.
If you really watch this movie and you know it's hard to not get into it. It's hard
Mhm.
to not enjoy it. So it's definitely not a run of the mill movie. So I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
3.5 stars.
And I am going to give it 3.5 as well, because it is like, it's better than average, but with that, just not that,
Yeah.
that thing that doesn't make me keep going back to this movie,
Hmm.
every Flag Day is just kind of like,
It's
maybe
no
I'm gonna just
idol.
start doing that. Maybe let's start a tradition here and now, video wasters. every
Every
Flag Day.
we review Black
No,
Snake Moan
no,
again.
yeah, yeah. We're just gonna put this review out every day now. No, every Flag Day, every Flag Day in America, we're gonna watch Black Snake Moan. We're gonna order the Impossible Burger from Burger King, and we're just gonna celebrate. You know, Flag Day. Put your flag out. Watch Black Snake Moan.
Okay.
You know, and if
Sounds
people
good.
say, "Oh, what are you doing for Flag Day?" You're gonna be like, "I'm gonna watch Black Snake Moan, eat an Impossible Burger."
Dude, I wonder if we could get that off the ground.